Hello listeners, and welcome to week 3 of We're Making a Movie. We'd like to start with something a bit more relaxing this week, so sit back, listen in, and just take the time to unwind. Listen to some sweet jazzy tunes as we caress your ears with our good intentions and humble opinions.
Excellent.
Alright, sweet.
That was very soothing. Thank you for that, Connor.
We're back. Week
Hello.
3.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to We're Making a Movie.
We are making a movie.
Yeah, we're in week 3, also known as Episode 3.
Also known as Return of the King.
Also known as Return of the King. One of our favourite films. Definitely one of my favourites.
And hopefully your favourite podcast.
Yeah. What happened in college this week? Absolutely nothing happened this week, apart from being assigned our teams.
Which is pretty big. That's not nothing, like.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, we didn't actually come into college to do anything.
No.
We were just sent an email saying, here's your teams.
In terms of production, pretty big. Pretty monumental.
In terms of actually getting the film started, our films, we're both on separate teams.
Yeah, we are now making a movie. Officially.
We're both making movies.
So we're changing the title of this podcast to We're Making 2 Separate Movies.
Yeah, we should change it to that.
Let us know, is that as catchy?
We never intended to be on the same team in the first place, did we?
Nah.
Not really.
I don't know. You know,
because you had your idea and I had my idea.
Yeah, see, sometimes, like, you know, it just sometimes, like, you just gonna want to make different things. You want to send different messages. Doesn't always work to have your best buddy working on the same movie with you.
Yeah, we wouldn't get anything done if we were both on the same team.
Also, we would just fucking argue constantly. Christ.
Yeah, we'd argue about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, you said in the last episode what you wanted to get across with your movie. I never said anything about my movie, which a lot of people are probably annoyed by. So on this episode,
we talk about what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about my movie. So
yeah,
you mentioned that for your idea, you wanted to talk about coming of age and how typically coming of age films start at the age of 16, or
the end at the age 16,
or the end of the age 16, or
because everyone knows that's when you become an adult.
Yeah, that's not true.
After you've done your junior cert.
I'm barely an adult right now.
I'm not an adult.
Yeah, I look like one, but I'm not.
Mom, help.
So that was a good point for your film, but my film, it doesn't have that deep of a message. I just wanted to
tell a good story.
I want to prove that I wanted to prove that animation isn't a genre and that it's a medium that can do any genre.
You could
like that,
wish you
like
could.
Brad Bird always says.
Wish you want you could if you could do anything if you do you so hard you could do anything.
Yeah, like that kid. That wise kid who said that phrase.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Everyone had a different goal they wanted to get with the films, and I think the films that ended up being picked all tell different stories and have different goals, which is nice.
That is nice.
No, it's actually great that we've such a
diverse cast. I don't know why I said cast. Like selection.
A diverse selection of ideas we want to get across, because everyone in the class is opinionated in the best way possible, and that we all know.
I have some pretty shitty opinions as well, though. But like,
that's not for the public to hear.
That's not going to be.
I told you, not on the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
Not on the podcast.
Sorry, but I like how
anywhere.
I like how a lot of films that were pitched this year were funny, and then some of them were darker ones, and then some of them were.
Yeah, it seems to be that whole thing that our generation is getting across, moving in closer to the mic here to make an actual point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Seems to be the whole thing that our generation is getting across, that like anytime that we have humor, it's gonna be absurd, and the absurdity is gonna hide a deeper message. It's something, if any of you don't know, like, we absolutely fucking love the Blind Boy podcast. So if you're looking for better takes on surrealism and art, listen to him. But he made a really good point that the likes of Dada and modernism art movements came about in times of turmoil, and they became really surrealistic. And I think that's what, you know, our generation is doing. We're in a kind of a weird place right now. The world's kind of topsy-turvy.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Loop-de-loop.
Giggity-goo.
Brunch.
I love brunches.
Cornetto. But yeah, it's in that weird sort of place. So we're going back to a sort of surrealist way of doing things, in a way of getting a message across, which is really cool. Which means we get these really wide range of films that are all telling different things. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They're all going to be about 3 minutes as well. So that's pretty cool. Like, we're not taking hours.
I'm aiming for 4 minutes.
Ooh.
4 or 5 minutes. 6 minutes.
That's long.
You know what? Let's go 7. I think we could do.
That's
8.
too long.
We can do 10-minute movies.
It's too long. No movie needs to be longer than 30 seconds.
It should. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we did that last year when we made the 30-second clips for college. But,
there might be a link to those.
I'm straying away from my point. What was it?
Why were you making your movie? To show that animation's not a genre.
Yeah, to show animation's not a genre. Also, because I think it's a nice little story that I wanted to tell. I just like the title a lot, and then I got a bit addicted to it, and then I started doing more.
I'm making a movie because I like the title. Not a bad reason to make a movie. The
title's actually being changed, it seems.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Miriam wants it to be called 1816 instead of
dumb.
A Year Without a Summer.
That's stupid.
But I want to now that makes me want to add it on to the title and make it 1816 A Year Without a Summer to make it even longer.
That's dead.
And it sounds way better because I love films that have really long titles. I love when a film has a long title.
Yeah, no, because like
Lord of the Rings,
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, or C.S. Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia: The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the movie, the game.
Yes,
for PS2. What a fantastic title!
Three billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah,
I love that title.
Send us all your favorite movies with ridiculously long titles.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything with them. Just have a nice.
No, I just want to read them.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk. You'll get no credit.
Yeah, so I never talked about the actual idea of my film last week either. So I'll just
give it a shout.
Give it a quick
shout out to Oliver's movie.
I'm slapping this piece of cloth around as well. That's going to interfere with the sound. Yeah. So my idea is severe climate abnormalities cause the northern hemisphere to have major food shortages. So a young woman struggles to survive and protect her father in the days to come. And so basically I wanna either set it in America or Ireland. I'm not too sure yet because the year 1816, it doesn't have that much reference in terms of place, and I guess that kind of gives me more freedom in where I want to set it as well.
Yeah, well, like, it's basing it in 1816 in Ireland is
not a good idea.
Yeah, because you're not really giving a look into how poor the people were, because it didn't matter whether it was winter or not. They were fucking poor anyway.
Exactly, that's the thing.
You can set it in 1950s Ireland for all you want.
That's a very good point, actually.
Yeah.
But basically, the main idea is I want to set it on like a frontier town after some sort of war that went on, and now everyone's kind of struggling to survive, and they're all living off of rations from the army or something like that. And yeah, so that's the main gist of it, really.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like you had learned off for a pitch.
Oh, yeah. You think I would have? I said it to one of our teachers yesterday, Martin, and he was like,
"Shout out to Martin Hanley."
Shout out to Martin Hanley. If you're listening, he probably is. You never know.
That'd be really nice.
I should have asked him yesterday.
We should probably let him know that he's been shouted out to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or if somebody wants to let him know, if you want to leave a note in the comments for Martin Hanley, please do.
Yeah. So I told that to Martin yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, brilliant. Two lines. That's all you need. Make it clear and concise, and you're sorted."
Yeah, I mean, he obviously gave you this advice after the film had been pitched and picked.
Oh well, he gave it to me. He gave it to us last year as well.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, to be fair.
To be fair, when we were
very good at pitching, that man.
He's very good at pitching. Yeah, he's pitched a lot of things apparently.
Indeed.
But moving on. So we got our teams on Monday. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday.
No, it was Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday?
I think so. Possibly. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's some really fucking good teams.
Everyone's been made out into quite good teams.
Everyone has really good teams.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we're a very good year.
Yeah, we are a great year.
Very good. We're very talented.
We're probably one of the best years ever.
Or are we?
No. The year below us is great, and then the year below them is probably just as good, and then the year below them is probably good.
Everyone's good.
Everyone's
Don't
good.
judge yourself too harshly.
No. You're all good people.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, even having the four films this year was just a big surprise, and then now seeing the teams is really, really good as well, because we know everyone's going to make really good stuff. Really high quality this year, I think.
Yeah, oh my god. Can't wait for you guys to see it at the IFI. When I'm not there, because I hate watching my own stuff on the screen.
No, you'll be there.
I'm in Canada, man.
Will you be in Canada?
Yeah, hopefully I should be in Canada.
Alright, okay.
I'm leaving all you fuckers behind. Watch out for my next podcast, Connor in Canada.
Follow Connor's exploits.
While I go to Canada and...
Does he make some movie in Canada?
I'm probably going to be a fucking barista or making burritos again.
Oh, you're going over to work?
I don't know.
I thought you were just going
I'm going over to visit Sarah. Shout out to Sarah Hines, who
doesn't listen.
No, she does listen. She had a question for us, and it's not question time, but it's
not question time yet.
I'm making an exception for Sarah because she emigrated, and fair fucks to her.
Yeah, well done, Sarah.
What did she say? Thanks
for the question, Sarah.
Thanks for this question. We'll send you out a t-shirt. Question.
Thank you for this.
9/11 was an inside job. Discuss.
Is that a question? Or is that a command? And I don't want to discuss that either. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Good films coming out. Fucking sniffling again.
Yeah, stop.
Sorry, I get nervous.
I didn't get any complaints about the sniffling, but I was just really aware of it when
I was really self-conscious of the sniffling.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, you're doing fine now, I think. Totally.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Anyway, moving back.
So teams are good.
We decided what role everyone was going to play on their film. Not play. This isn't that.
What are you going to play in your film?
I shall be Banquo, best friend to Macbeth and his trusty ward, whose son Fleon's... No, I get brutally murdered.
Yeah, you get murdered before your banquet.
Man, that's such a good movie.
What a great
movie?
Play. Well, it is a movie. In fairness,
Michael Fassbender.
That was a good one. But I prefer the stage play. Not any stage play to be specific, but I saw one in the Gaiety. I think it was the Gaiety Theatre, and it was really good. They used sand for blood, and it looked really cool.
Oh, that was shite. I hated that.
Did you?
It was so pretentious. What did they use?
Oh, they modernised all the clothes as well in that.
Oh, no,
now that I remember, it's actually so bad.
Steampunk witches.
Oh, it's so
awful. If you like steampunk, go, I don't know, stick your head in a fucking kettle and turn boil on. No, like what you like, but Jesus Christ, steampunk is just copying shit from an era where, that ended up destroying our environment.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh,
a lot of great things have come out of steampunk, I must admit.
And Macbeth was not one of them. Anyway.
We should not Bioshock. I was thinking of Bioshock.
A 1950s Macbeth.
Yes.
What's the deal? Do they have a fucking nuclear war with Russia?
Yeah.
And he becomes... I don't know what.
Everyone has superpowers.
We'll do Train Spotting Macbeth instead.
Yeah.
80s Scotland.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Was that 90s? I thought it was 90s. Or 80s.
No, it was set in the 80s. Came out in the 90s.
Alright, grand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right actually.
Yeah. Good movie.
We need
more movie recommendations. Train Spotting and Train Spotting 2. Great movies. Go watching them.
Immaculate.
We picked our roles for the movies this week.
This week we had to, when we found out our films, we came in today, which is the 27th of September.
It is 1453.
Oh, is it?
Fall of Constantinople.
No fucking way. Is it really?
No.
The Fall of Constantinople?
No, it's 420, dude.
No. Gnarly, dude.
We picked our roles at about 12 o'clock.
I didn't let anyone pick their roles. I gave them their roles. I forced them into the roles. No, but yeah, Miriam came into us today and told us to delegate who wants to be, well, not who wants to be on each team, who's doing what on each team. So I'm obviously on
Miriam is our head lecturer who is
in charge of the year.
Yeah, she's in charge. She's
in charge of most of the stuff.
She's in charge of the films. Yeah.
So obviously, I'm the director of my film. I'm also going to be the art director, head of the script, I guess. I'll be doing designs for stuff. I'll be doing sound, compositing. These are all really boring things that you probably haven't heard of if you're not familiar with animation.
Did you leave any jobs for anyone else?
Oh yeah, for sure. Colette is going to be the head of animation.
Colette White. Shout out to Colette.
Shout out to Colette. Owen's going to be the head of, well, not the head of, but he's going to be in charge of visual development and research.
Shout out to Owen the Forge.
Shout out to Owen the Forge. And then Ruth Burke. Shout out to Ruth Burke.
Shout out to Ruth Burke.
She's going to be doing storyboards and character designs for the film. She did a few character designs yesterday and showed them to me today, and they were really nice because she went off the research that I'd already done.
Sweet.
And I'm really happy with how it's looking so far, even though there's not much to go on. But yeah, directing is going to be fun. It's going to be really hard because I'm not used to being in charge of stuff. Print that off for the room as well. Yeah. We also in our room in college we have this big fucking cork board that we post really shit memes on.
Yeah, if you know of any,
we need some memes. So
yeah, we want some existential memes to help us get through the year.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't fuck it? Best meme we get by Christmas gets a prize.
Yeah, alright.
I'll organise the prize.
Yeah, Connor can do that because he said it, so I'm not gonna. I'll chip in, but
yeah, best meme that's sent to us by Christmas gets a prize,
and you have to pick up the prize as well. We're not sending it out to shit.
Yeah, come Ballyfermot College,
yeah. Screw you.
Fight your way to.
Screw you, Cora.
Yeah.
You're not getting a prize just because you're in Denmark.
Cora's not gonna send the best prize anyway.
Send the best prize or send the best meme.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Do you want to talk about your team?
Yeah,
breakdown?
my team. My team. Go, my team. Go. Yeah, our film is called Stage 4, which is the concept by Holly Keating. And it is based on the video that went viral last year of the guy in UCD library who deleted his thesis. And it is one of the most funny but the most harrowing videos.
I actually haven't seen it.
Oh, it is awful. That is definitely something I want to link to on this because my god, the guy deletes his thesis and starts screaming at the top of his lungs because he has a breakdown in the middle of UCD library. Jeez. Which is totally fair.
That is so...
Nobody begrudged the man for his breakdown.
That is so unnerving.
But yeah, it's basically about dealing with stress as through college and through studying and all this sort of thing, and the 4 stages of grief that you might feel if something like that happens to you. And it's basically about showing the levels of stress that people our age deal with, and we're going to show that through a gunfight with the main character's laptop.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah,
nice one.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty.
I didn't know that about the last day ending a bit, but that sounds really cool.
Yeah, hopefully it will be. We're gonna the film is actually, anyone knows standard film structure, animated film. You write a script, then you do a storyboard, and then you go into design and then production, which is a really simplified version of everything. But what we will be doing is what some really good directors have done before, which is building up the structure of the story through the storyboards. So that means basically you make the film
visualize.
Yeah, you're building up the whole thing visually.
Yeah.
Which makes it more fun and more animated.
And then you'll be able to edit that into what's called an animatic, which you can then put sound into and get a better feel for the film as well.
Yes. And yeah, so
I'm really looking forward to that.
Roles.
Baguette.
La panini.
Yeah, so did you break your team down into roles?
I mean, I didn't personally.
Yeah, no, you. Yeah, but I mean, when I say you, as I mean your team.
We did,
You
yeah.
guys' teams, yeah. And you don't want to discuss it? You happy with it? You good?
I'll get into it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So Holly came up with the idea, and Holly is going to be art director and production manager, and probably editing in the end. Kai Minoa.
Shout out to Kai Minoa.
Shout out to Kai Minoa. But Kai will be our lead animator, and he will be a storyboard artist, and he's looking to do some character design as well.
Nice one.
Kira O'Shaughnessy.
Shout out to Kira O'Shaughnessy.
Shout out to Kira. She will be lead layout and background artist, and she will also be doing some storyboards. And myself, I am Connor, and I will be the technical director and directing the film. I'll also be doing some animation and storyboarding. Should be fun. Woo-hoo! Should be a good, fun experience. But yeah, basically me and Holly are actually like co-directing the film together, which should be fun because...
Oh boy! Because I don't think anyone else is doing co-directing for anything.
No, but basically Holly knows the character and what message she wants to get across so well, and I'm going to figure out how we're going to do that. So that's how that's going to work, basically.
Any idea on how you're going to do that? No? Just going to wing?
A lot of technical stuff that we will probably get into when we actually do it, but right now it'll be kind of boring to talk about it because...
Yeah, that's fair, yeah. Talk about it when you actually come to that bridge. That's not the phrase. What should I have said? Cross that bridge when you get to it.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. That's what I should have said.
While we're here, and while we're taking every chance we can to talk about how dumb she is, Cora McKenna is our good friend, and she...
We know her.
Yeah, she came to college in Ballyfermot and then flaked on everyone and went to Denmark like a sap.
In fairness, she's probably the best artist we know.
Shut up!
Alright, sorry. She's the worst artist we know.
But in the animation workshop, she is directing a film, and it has its own website because that's necessary. The website for the film is shergerfilm.tumblr.com because, you know, people still use Tumblr apparently. Yeah.
That's cool, well done.
But yeah, if you want to see what other colleges are doing, have a look at that. I'm sure it's going to be really nice and really well animated. And
is there any concept art for it yet?
Yeah, there's actually loads, and they've decided to do this thing where they put up photos of everyone working on the film.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
We should definitely not do that.
No, because honestly, they all look a bit lame.
Concept art? Do you have any concept art?
Yeah, so besides the stupid photo of her team, who I'm sure are all lovely people, but...
Have we met any of them? Do we know them?
No, we actually haven't. Thanks, Cora.
Yeah, thanks, Corey.
For introducing us.
You big idiot. Introducing us to the wrong people.
10 people on your team?
What happened to Leon? What happened to Giancarlo? Huh?
Bit excessive.
Where are they gone?
She's got a boyfriend now.
Oh, does she?
Anyway, go to the website. There's loads of really nice artwork and development stuff that's happening on there. We might do something similar for our films.
Eventually, yeah.
Probably. I mean there's nice, like, if you want to look, like, it's it's traditionally done. There's a lot of reference imagery, everything like that. Oh my god, she's got pictures. It's obviously set in Ballyfermot.
Oh, I love that.
Lots of pictures of Ballyfermot here.
We'll put the link to this down below as well in the comments.
A young lad with a shaved head. She's obviously, you know, trying to copy me for the main character style.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Kind of does look. It looks like me now, which isn't hard. He's got a round head and it's shaved. So
I love the jacket.
Get some original character design, Cora.
Yeah.
Question time. Don't go anywhere because we have a question time jingle. It's question time. You send us all your questions. We'll answer them. some sentiment. Question time. Question time. Question time. Question time.
I wasn't expecting any of that.
Neither was I.
For fuck's sake.
We got a lot of questions this week.
We got a lot of questions this week.
None about
None about anything serious.
none
All
about
animation.
none about intercourse with cartoon characters.
They're all
Benjamin Moore.
yeah. They're all good questions. Okay, so do you want to read them off or
Oh
what?
crap! Yeah.
Or shall I read them
I
off?
was supposed to be doing.
I'll
that.
read the first question off.
Question
So you
time.
can Yeah. So our first question comes from Miss Laddie Da on Instagram. Shout out to Miss Laddie Da, also known as
Laura O'Donnell.
Laura O'Donnell. Question 1. When creating a story, do you create the world or the characters first? Do you have a preference?
It really depends. Like, I don't know. Where do you get an idea from?
It's kind of like, I don't know really. It's kind of like D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know really. It depends on your preference. Because I like building characters.
Yeah, so I do come up with a lot of stories, and I think both aspects are as crucial as to each other as possible. What?
Say that again.
What did I just say?
Right.
Both aspects, both the character and the story, are as crucial to each other. What's the end of that
Are as
sentence?
crucial to each other
As
they are
to
stupid.
are as crucial to
Both
each other.
aspects are just as crucial as each other. That's what you should be saying. What the fuck was that? I'm keeping that in.
I don't know. I don't know.
People are going to think we're high or something.
I wish I was.
Yes.
Yes, both aspects are as crucial as each other. Fuck.
Alright, now that that's out,
That's done.
would you like to elaborate on that point? Or are you done?
No, yes, I'm getting to it. Once I figured out what the fuck I was saying. Yeah, both aspects are as crucial as each other because, one's either an exploration of the other. A story is an exploration of a character. Why? A story is either an exploration of a character or a character is used as a medium of exploring the story.
Yeah.
No fuck ups that time.
No,
I
that was
got
good.
a full sentence
That
out.
was good. That was nice.
That was nice.
Well done.
Yeah, but it depends on what you're going for. Personally, I believe that always story trumps character.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, every time it's all about story. We got a really good talk at Dingle Animation Festival. Shout out to Dingle Animation
Shout out
Festival.
to Dingle Animation Festival.
We'll talk
which is
more about
hosted by
that on
Jam
the
Media.
different podcast.
Hire me.
We'll go into that more. Hire us. Yeah, from a guy called Ed Hooks who talked
I
about.
missed that. I was so annoyed. I
Oh,
missed that.
so good.
Yeah,
What an
keep
absolute
on.
gentleman. But he talked about basically the fact that story is the basis of teaching, and that like the further you go back in human history, the way we taught each other was through stories and through fables and things like that. So characters are usually just a way of enabling the teaching that a story is supposed to do. If you start off with a character, you're really just exploring their inner self, which is good, but you should be using that to explore a theme instead of trying to explore a story. I wouldn't try and attach a story to a character if you're not sure on what your themes are.
Yeah.
Like, building a story should have character just above its foundation. It should be built on its structure, and don't laugh. Structure. It should be built on my arch nemesis, structure. No, building a story it should be built on its themes and its structure and its message, and then you should figure out how your characters are going to get those across, which is personally. But if you have a good character, there's no reason that you can't build a story around them. But don't make the story fit them, make the character fit the story.
Yes, that's really crucial.
Every time, because...
That's how we kind of screwed up on one of our ideas, wasn't it?
Yeah, we
built the characters first, and then we built the world.
Yeah, we built a world around them, and that's how a story can run away from you so quickly.
It ran away from us so easily, and now we want to redevelop the story, but we haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, you need to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically, yeah. So, boiling down to it, they're both important, but do the story. Because story's everything. You could tell a story about a 2-dimensional rock, and it could still be... It would still be better than a shit story and a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yes.
Nice shit.
Yeah.
And what's your preference?
Story.
So
after all that, I prefer just making up characters and fucking around.
Right.
Story's shite.
In my head, I always think of characters, and then I try and place them in a world that already exists, and that doesn't work out.
Yeah, because you end up running away with it. You don't really know where to stop with it then.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas where you have a story...
You can have an end point.
Yeah.
Not even an end point, but a conclusion almost.
A conclusion, yeah. Because...
There's so many ways to tell stories.
Realistically, stories are just events in the characters' lives. So the character's broader than the story. So what you want to do is just make a version of the character.
You mean the story's broader than the character?
Nope. The character's broader than the story.
Right, sorry, I misinterpreted.
No, the character's broader than the story. So you want a version of that character that fits only into that story. Like, I'm sure Frodo had a bunch of stuff going on before.
Oh yeah, he's 40 years old.
He's 40.
Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of Bilbo. Bilbo was 50 in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
So he had a life long before
the
Hobbit film.
Do we care?
Nope. Yeah.
So what do you think fucking Tolkien did? He wrote the story of The Hobbit and was like, you know who I want to take that story? I want the Bilbo to take that story. And Tolkien wasn't Italian.
No, he wasn't Italian. He was a very British man.
With an Italian
Can't wait for the
accent.
film. There's going to be a film about him as well.
About The Hobbit?
No, about Tolkien's life.
Can't wait for the Hobbit films to come out. But
man,
I'm sure they're not going to be a
films.
disappointment.
I'm definitely excited for the Hobbit films.
Question
Especially
2.
the third one.
Question 2.
Are you reading it or me?
Any good tips to somebody who plans on pitching?
Yes, ma'am. As someone who pitched this year, I have one good tip. Know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Know what you're saying before you pitch. As two guys who are quite adept at winging it, don't wing it.
Yeah, so any good tips on someone who plans to pitch? For pitching, go over your story as many times as you can. Try and solidify what you're trying to get across. Also,
be passionate about what you're pitching.
Yeah.
If you don't care about it, the person you're pitching to won't care about it either.
Yeah, they're not going to listen to you.
You want to... No, you don't want... You need to know...
Be as concise and direct as possible.
But yeah, you need to know why this thing needs to be made.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you're not making something that you just want to make off the cuff. Like, why does this need to be made?
If you can't describe your idea in less than 3 lines, it's not going to be picked.
Yeah.
When people are listening to pitches, that's all they want to hear. They want to know the quickest way. Yeah, you want to catch their attention, and then you want to keep them. You want to leave them wanting more.
In film terms, it's called the elevator pitch. Basically, what you have to do is, if you walked into a random elevator and you met an executive producer, to be able to pitch a film to them before they got off, which has been done before. Yeah, by the time you get off the elevator, and like really good movies have literally been made just because of that. Can anyone tell me of anything called a Western in space? Star Wars. was pitched
Oh yeah.
as a Western in space, and that's exactly why it got picked up.
And that's what it is.
Literally that.
Nice one.
Yeah.
God,
Shout
that
out
was
to
great.
George Lucas.
Shout out to George Lucas if you're listening. And maybe even Mark Hamill. I think that's basically my tips anyway.
Yeah, I'm pitching, yeah. Be passionate, because that sells everything.
Pitching is that when you're actually up there pitching and you're in the zone and you're passionate about what you want,
It fucking
it
flies.
flies by and it goes so fast. Try not to talk too fast. Be as concise as possible, and be prepared for any question, because people will throw questions at you that you're not prepared for. So prepare for that
Yeah.
by being prepared.
Expect the unexpected. Question 3.
Yeah, question 3. This is a pretty broad one. What do you wish you were better at?
Love.
Okay. I wish I was better at
Question 4.
like
No.
guitar or something.
Yeah, what do you wish you were better at? I presume this is related to animation.
In relation to animation.
Yeah, I guess.
I wish I was better at actually animating
Love. Still.
and storyboarding. Yeah.
Socializing. I wish I was better at kickflipping.
And storyboarding as well.
I wish I was better at painting. God, I for somebody who's not colorblind, I think I might be colorblind.
I think you could be colorblind.
My granddad was colorblind, so
Is your
maybe
dad
it's
colourblind?
hereditary. No,
Is Anya colorblind?
my sister Anya, no.
No.
I
Shout
don't
out to
think.
Anya.
Shout out to Anya. Shout out to my dad, Liam Leach.
Liam Leach.
Yeah, I wish I was better at painting, because it's really easy to get your ideas across when you can properly visualize them in color.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna
Give
move
us
on.
give us tips on how to do our podcast better.
Okay, so we're going to the next submitter of questions.
Adele Loop.
Adele Loop. Go
She
for
Adele Loop says, question time, boys. What were some of the cartoons you watched growing up that made you want to get into animation? Wasn't a cartoon, but my good God, Laurel and Hardy are the reason that I have gotten into animation. Genuinely. My granny used to sit me up in the armchair, put in an old VHS thing, give me a bowl of vanilla ice cream, and let me sit up and watch Laurel and Hardy. And honestly, the slapstick comedy, the timing, and just the general direction of those shorts made me think, like, you know what? Being funny's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to make horror movies.
Horror movies?
You see the connection?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really.
Nope.
I
People develop.
There's actually no connection.
No connection at all. But that's basically why, like, I liked the look of, you know, people performing and stuff. And I have a really flat boggery accent, so acting wasn't for me. So next best thing, go into animation.
You could work on that.
My big flat boggery
Yeah,
accent.
of course.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
what did you watch growing up that made you want to get into animation?
I watched every Disney film ever.
Ever?
No, not ever.
Even the one where Donald
Treasure
Duck's
Planet.
Nazi?
Treasure Planet.
Have you watched the... Calling you out, Oliver, have you watched the Donald Duck film where he's a Nazi?
I haven't, no. So I haven't watched every
It's
Disney
a
film.
fucking
ever.
lie.
Yeah, so Treasure Planet, Brother Bear,
Let us know in the comments if you think Oliver Moore's a Nazi.
Emperor's New Groove. It's heavily underrated.
Oh, Emperor's New Groove.
What a great fucking film.
Fantastic movie.
Absolutely brilliant film. Basically, most Cartoon Network shows like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. What's the other one? What's that one with the imaginary characters? I can't remember the name of it.
What? The one with all the characters?
The imaginary.
Oh,
Friends.
Foster's Home for
Foster's
Imaginary
Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, oh,
That was a fantastic
that's
show as
actually, yeah.
And SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
The Simpsons.
Changed my life.
I want to say King of the Hill, but I never actually properly sat down and
I
watched
never
King of
watched
the Hill.
King of the Hill.
I know it's regarded as like a really good show, but I never fully watched it. Yeah, I guess that's about it, really. I mean, there's definitely more that I'll think of.
I don't know. I watched, like, a lot of stuff that I watched, like, was in animation, but I can definitely say how it influenced why I wanted to go into animation.
Yeah.
Like Power Rangers, the show I was watching when 9/11 happened.
Jesus.
Hugely influential.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
Oh my
like
God.
these are things that, like,
Batman.
Yeah, even though like they're not animated,
Harry Potter.
they made you want to get into films, and like the best way to make films, in our humble opinion, is animation.
And anything by Cartoon Saloon as well, because I remember watching Book of Kel. There's a Secret of Kel's in secondary school in art class.
Really?
Yeah, we actually studied it for the
really cool art class.
Yeah, my teacher was pretty good with that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's how I found out about Cartoon Saloon. I saw the Secret of Kel's in school, and I fell in love with them. So, next question.
Yeah, next time. Next question. So we got a really good set of questions from Lorna McMahon. Shout out to Lorna.
Shout out to Lorna.
Who is Lorna Mathurna on Instagram.
All one word.
All one word. Also, the last question came from Adele Feely. Shout out to Adele.
Shout out to Adele.
Her Instagram is Adele Loop.
Adele Loop. All one word as well.
All one word. And Laura O'Donnell's Instagram was Miss Ladida, not all one word.
Underscores between every word.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
And at the end of the name as well.
Yes.
So Lorna's question, she asked a question about Telltale Studios shutting down, but I don't really know enough about that.
We don't know enough about that, but we will look into it for next week.
I did hear it.
It is a huge thing to do with unionizing and the exploitation of corporations of the worker. Yeah, we're getting into Marxism next week, but boys.
I mean, I did play a few Telltale games, so I was a bit sad to see that they're shutting down, but I don't know enough about it. What did Telltale do? The Walking Dead games. They did the Wolf Among Us. I think they did a Batman game as well.
Oh man!
You know the Walking Dead games?
Oh, they're playing.
No. It's basically they're based on the comic books, and it's like a choose your own adventure game kind of thing where you choose the plot as you're going along. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So anyway, next week we will look into it, and
we'll comment on it next week.
Yeah, we'll comment on Telltale.
She did. Under that, she has another question. Where is it? Do you think college prepared you for your first job in a studio? Yes and no. Yes and no.
Ballyfermot, what can we say?
I mean, Gareth, one of our teachers, Gareth Lee. Shout out to Gareth Lee.
Shout out to Gareth.
He was the head. What was he head of again? Not the head of, but like he was. He taught us fucking theory. Was it theory?
No, it wasn't theory. It was professional development.
Professionalism and
professional development.
Yeah, professional development in
which
college.
helped a lot. But
it's actually the reason I got a job.
Yeah. So Ballyfermot's motto is, if they're not broken, break them. Our college will work you so hard that whatever you do afterwards will pale in comparison to the amount of work you did in college. So I do believe that the amount that we're worked is very helpful for us going into the industry, but we aren't taught that much. I know a lot of the learning is up to ourselves, and most of the learning you do when you get into the industry, but we don't learn a lot of the stuff you need to get a job. Like, you don't really come out.
We need to learn more software in college.
Yeah, you don't really come out job ready.
Yeah,
which is kind of tough. Like, there's a massive gap.
You do learn a lot on the job though as well.
Yeah, but there's just this massive gap between what industry wants and what colleges are providing in terms of skills.
Yeah.
So it's only the people who look after their own education that get jobs, and I don't mean that in a snarky way, in that like, oh, some people like, oh, these are the only people that care, but it's the people who spend hours and hours and hours outside of what they're doing in college to learn how to do stuff to get themselves prepared. So it's like you have to like college yourself as well as going to college. That being said, go to college. It's good crack. You meet good people there. Me and Oliver met in college. Mm-hmm. We had good crack. And maybe at some point we will talk about, the process of getting into college and stuff. But definitely college is worth it in the exploration of ideas and building upon the basics. But it doesn't really get you job ready. You got to get yourself job ready.
Yeah. College didn't teach me how to behave when I'm working.
No.
But like, that should be a thing. That
it also weeds out anyone that shouldn't be in the industry.
Yeah, for sure. There's I'm not going to get into that, but
that's another podcast for when we're feeling a little bit seedier.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Other than that, I think Connor went over everything pretty well there.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice one.
Last part of Lorna's question: how do you manage getting stressed during college work? You shave your head.
Well, then I'm behind. I must be severely stressed if that's the case, because I haven't shaved my head yet. I don't really know. I don't have there's not like any special formula that I have to relieve stress. I just play a lot of video games. I read books. I listen to podcasts.
Same.
I watch movies.
Yeah, same.
I
thing
I just procrastinate a lot.
Same thing we were saying last week. Just take a break and consume.
Yeah, take a break and consume. But if you're one of those people that needs to constantly be working, unless in order to not be stressed, then I'd say,
what's wrong with
you? Do work that improves your workflow, rather than just doing work to do work for the sake of it.
Yeah, I like
learn how to work faster, I guess. And
if taking breaks stresses you out, then
do work in bursts, in little small bursts throughout the day. Yeah,
as well. Like, just work on stuff you want to work on. That shouldn't be something you should feel guilty about.
Mm-hmm. Don't feel guilty about not making anything.
Do some fan fiction, do some furry art, do whatever you want. Just whatever.
Just don't upload it to DeviantArt again.
Yeah. God. Shout out to DeviantArt.
Shout out to DeviantArt. Support us.
Sponsor us, even though we hate you. Yeah, like,
find the time to socialize and don't find the time. Make the time.
Yeah, you have time.
Make your own time.
Remember, like, you did start doing art because you like doing art. Yeah. Art started out as a hobby for, I think, pretty much everyone who goes into the industry. So remember, like,
Cora.
Remember that you did start doing this for fun. It should still be fun. So all the work you do can still be work. But do some fun art as well. Do some other things. Exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for a run.
God, I need to follow that advice.
Jesus, I need to exercise. Treat yourself. Get yourself some nice bits every now and again.
Have some friends over. Yeah. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Play Gloomhaven.
Write some fun stories.
Read some fun stories.
Do a kickflip.
Make a podcast.
See your friends, see your fam, and
kiss your dad goodnight.
Take baths with your dad.
Take what?
Baths. Take baths with your dad.
Wrestle your mom.
Take baths with your dad. Go to the zoo and take some baths.
Shoot some ducks.
Hug a tree.
Kiss a girl.
Kiss a boy.
Kiss two boys.
Bye.
Yeah, we're going to leave it there. So thanks for listening, everybody. And...
oh, God, that was...
It was a pretty good episode.
No, it wasn't.